hope everyone is doing super well. So, first of all, I just want to thank every single one of you for all the amazing feedback on last week's episode. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we created a mini series called Let's Be Part of the Solution, Not the Problem, where we talk about little things that all of us can do to help save our animals and our planet. And last week we talked about how we can save our animals. And on this week's episode, we will talk about little things that all of us can do at home to save our planet and be more sustainable. So, first things first. This one, all of us is gonna hate me because it's more of a controversial topic. But the first tip that I'm gonna give you is reduce meat consumption. So, for example, for me, I haven't eaten meat in almost 2 years, and I honestly don't miss it at all. I've never really enjoyed meat, so doing that transition was quite easy. So when I say reduce your meat consumption, I'm not saying that you need to be vegetarian or you need to be vegan and exclude it completely. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the human population, we do consume a lot of meat and we just need to reduce how much meat we are eating. When I say that I don't eat meat and that I am vegetarian, people say, oh, but your plants need water. Okay, so you are wasting water as well. And I'm like, true. But for example, for me, I feed myself with plants, vegetables, fruits, which you water them. One. But for you, you eat meat, so you need to give water to your animals. And what does your animal eat? Plants, vegetables, all of that. So you need to water that. So for you to eat meat, you are wasting twice double the water than the vegetarians. Most of our animals that are in danger nowadays, it's due to the loss of habitats. So it's the deforestation. So that means that people are destroying their habitats to produce something else. And in most of those cases is agriculture. So they're destroying like tigers' habitats, orangutans, so they can build like cattle farms for people to eat beef or pig, sheep, chickens. A good thing that all of us can do to help those animals is just to reduce our meat consumption. If you do that, you are saving animals, obviously the ones you're eating and the ones that their habitats are being destroyed, and you're saving water as well. So it's a win-win solution, and it's also so much healthier for you to eat more plants and vegetables than to eat meat. Tip number 2 is say no to plastic. Say no to single-use plastic. I'm sure all of us have heard that before, and it's quite easy to reduce it. For example, the easiest way is when you go to the supermarket. For example, when I want to buy vegetables and fruits, you do get they offer you plastic bags just for you to take and to put your vegetables and your fruits in. And I've seen people using one plastic bag with one single thing. So I was like, nah, that doesn't work for me. So I decided to invest in reusable bags. This is a reusable bag where you can put your fruits and your vegetables in, and you can use it multiple times. And once it's dirty, like this one, you can just throw it in the wash and use it again. So you're not using plastic. And for example, this one's, I bought it online, but you can buy yours online, or even nowadays they are selling some at the supermarket as well. At least the supermarket that we go to, they do sell them. So it's a good investment. You buy 3-4 of these bags and you just reduce your plastic use so much. A next thing also in the supermarket is for the big groceries. And you can just use a big of these bags. Nowadays in the supermarkets, if you want a plastic bag, you need to buy it, obviously, because that's a good thing that the supermarkets have implemented. Or you can buy some of these ones. So you can buy reusable bags, and this can last many, many years. And you can also use for many other things. And then again, you're just reducing on your plastic. Or you can just use some of these if you're not having a big shopping. These are good to throw on your bag as well. So I actually have one of these on my bag in case I forget these. And another thing that I've decided to do, this is quite a new one, is when you're buying your bread. For example, on the supermarket that we go, most of the bread that they're selling is wrapped in plastic. And I always felt quite conflicted buying that bread. But then I realized that you could just take your own bag and put the bread in it. So that's what I decided to do. I had this bag here at the house for almost 20 years. I think this was my mom's bag. And I just took this and I asked for the gentleman, can I have 2 breads? And he just put them in here. No plastic used. And then when I came home, I separated the bread. I froze one of them. It's perfect. So that is the supermarket area covered, at least part of it. Another thing that I feel like it's quite simple for us to say no to is plastic straws. So it's quite common still that people are giving plastic straws for people to drink their drinks, obviously. And you can always say no, right? And you can drink your drink without a straw, or you can have your own straws. So this is a stainless steel straw, and this is a glass straw. I don't carry this ones. I always have this in my bag, which is like that. So it has a spoon, fork, knife, some chopsticks, and then you have your own straw. And you can wash it. You can wash all of this, and then you're not using any plastic. You're reducing all of your waste. So this is also a good thing to keep in your handbag if you have the space, or if you care about any of these things. But if you're watching this, I'm sure all of you kind of enjoy it. Another thing that we do here at the house to reduce our waste, it kind of comes from back in the days, from at least my parents and my grandparents, which is napkins. I know, what? Napkins? What are you talking about? So for us, I grew up using cloth napkins. I'm not gonna open it because it's quite disgusting and it needs to go on the wash. But we don't use, or we try not to use, paper napkins. For example, this is just a cloth, right, that you can just wipe your face once you're done eating, and you can use it multiple times, and then once it's dirty, like this one, it goes in the wash, and then you can use it again. And that way you are saving so much paper, so much water, and so many trees. So this is a good way of helping your planet. And it's just small things, you know, because for me, I believe that we don't need 10 people doing 100%. We need 1,000 people doing 10%. And that is how little by little we will be able to help our planet. Okay, so another thing is reusable water bottles and reusable coffee mugs. For example, I don't drink coffee, so I don't have one to show you, but I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. So I do keep one of these in my bag as well. So you're saving plastic and you're saving money, because you don't need to go onto the shop and buy a water bottle. So it's a win-win situation. And it's the same with your coffee mug. If you do have the opportunity, whenever you go out to buy a coffee, you just ask to refill your coffee mug, and that way you are reducing your waste as well. So this part is more for the ladies. So two things that I've recently switched to, more lady products. It is a safety razor, just to shave like everyone does it. Instead of using those plastic safety, like those razors that you buy in the supermarket, all made from plastic, wrapped in plastic, I decided to invest in aluminum and bamboo safety razor, helping on reducing again. And another thing is a menstrual cup. I'm not gonna show it because I feel like that's a little bit too much for the internet, but I've recently changed from tampons to a menstrual cup. So women, we do generate a lot of waste with our lady products. So this menstrual cup, it can last up to 10 years. So yeah, so this will help reduce all the waste that you generate, which is really, really good. Okay, so another thing that we can all do as well is shop locally. If you do have local people, just support the still small supermarkets. Even if you go to a big supermarket, for example, like I do, try to see if the products that you're buying are local. Instead of buying a mango from Brazil, buy some bananas from your own country, because that will help a lot. First of all, it will help your local economy, like your local people, your local community, and you will reduce on the carbon emissions because you're not supporting the big transport that it's necessary from Brazil to your country, for example, Portugal here. So that is a big, big thing. If you do have the space and the passion for it and the time, you can always grow your own vegetables and your own fruits, for example, or even your herb garden. We are on a process of building our own little garden. And another thing that we've recently switched to is a compost. So instead of throwing all of your banana peels, your onions, your potatoes, your eggshells onto the normal garbage, you can just put it separately and then compost it. And mix that with leaves and other all kind of brown material. In your composting, you are reducing the amount of waste that it's going into landfills. And all of that organic material and organic waste that you have put into your compost, it will create nutritional fertilizer for your plants. So again, it's a win-win situation. So another thing that you guys can do is recycle. As simple as that. So if you do have the opportunity, you can recycle your paper, your glass, your plastic, and it definitely helps a lot. So another thing that we do here at the house to save some water as well is whenever we are about to go for a shower, when we turn the tap on, we put this underneath. So we have this laying around the house. I know it's plastic, but we do reuse it multiple times. So when we are turning the tap on and waiting for the water to be a little bit warmer, all the water, instead of going down the drain, you can fill this up. And then we reuse this water to water our plants, or even to boil from tea or for some pasta. So in that way, we are not wasting water, we are using it. And if you don't have one of these, anything that you have, like a big container that can put some water in, it will be perfect. So these are just a few things that we do here at the house that I feel like help quite a lot on the use of plastic, the use of waste, and that can definitely help save our animals and our planet. I feel like this is something that everyone can do. It's not really hard, and it's our basically onto our daily basis, and we just need to incorporate it one by one, step by step, onto our routine. And if all of us does a little bit, it's already good enough. So let us know if you do anything else, because I would love to see what else I can improve to. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great rest of your week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!